Welcome back to the channel, my friends. It's always a joy to see your continued interest in going deeper into the teachings that awaken us, shake us, and ultimately free us. Today, we are diving into one of the most iconic and profound teachings in all of Buddhism, a phrase you've probably heard many times, but may not have fully understood. That phrase is, form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. These 8 words from the Heart Sutra are not just poetic, they're not just philosophical. They are an invitation to see reality in its truest shape. And if we accept that invitation, everything changes: our suffering, our desires, our identities, even our fear of death. Everything. But first, let's ask a simple question. Why is it that we can observe everything around us, the behaviors of others, the movements of the world, the flow of society, yet when we turn inward to look at ourselves, we seem lost, confused, and certain? We can describe objects, analyze emotions, build machines, explore galaxies, but we struggle to answer the timeless question, who am I? This inability to truly see ourselves is not because we lack intelligence. It's because we are looking with the wrong eyes. In the Buddhist tradition, form doesn't just mean physical matter. It refers to anything with attributes: our bodies, thoughts, emotions, roles, aims, memories. All of this is form, but the great wisdom of the Heart Sutra reminds us none of these forms have an independent, unchanging essence. Their nature is empty, not because they don't exist, but because they don't exist the way we think they do. Let's bring this closer to home. You may think of yourself as your job, your nationality, your relationships, your history, but those things change. They rise and fall. They're influenced by time, conditions, decisions. If who you are can be changed by external events, then who are you really? That's where emptiness comes in. Emptiness, or shanmayata in Sanskrit, is often misunderstood. It does not mean void, annihilation, or non-existence. Emptiness means interdependence. It means that nothing exists independently of causes and conditions. It means that everything you see is part of a network, a web of co-rising factors that make it possible for that thing to temporarily appear. This understanding is the key to freedom. Why? Because most of our suffering comes from holding on to what cannot be held. We want our bodies to stay young. We want our relationships to stay perfect. We want our identities to stay solid. But none of those things can remain fixed because their very nature is empty. They are like sand castles built on the shore of impermanence. The problem is not with the waves. The problem is that we believed the castle would last forever. So when the Buddha says form is emptiness, he's not rejecting form, he's showing us its true nature. He's pointing out that everything we cling to, our status, appearance, accomplishments, is ultimately insubstantial. And once we see this clearly, something beautiful happens. We stop clinging. We start flowing. We become spacious. Now comes the second half: emptiness is form. This is equally profound. If everything is empty, why do we bother doing anything? Why not just detach completely? That's a mistake many people make. They think emptiness means withdrawing from life. But emptiness is not the end of life. It is the beginning of true life. Because form arises from emptiness, life is dynamic. Because things are not fixed, change is possible. Growth is possible. Transformation is possible. A flower blooms not despite its emptiness, but because of it. A dancer moves not in opposition to space, but in harmony with it. You are not diminished by your impermanence, you are made radiant by it. In this realization, we don't become passive. We become compassionate. We understand that just as our forms are fleeting, so too are everyone else's. Just as we struggle with our illusions, so does everyone else. We soften, we forgive, we connect. To see form as emptiness is to see through the illusion of separateness. To see emptiness as form is to re-enter the world, but with open eyes. Imagine living this way. You walk through your day, not taking things personally, because you know they're not solid. You engage with others, not out of ego, but out of presence. You accept your pain, not with resignation, but with clarity. You no longer fear change because you understand it is the nature of everything, including yourself. Now let's go back to the question we began with. Why can we see everything around us, but not ourselves? The answer is because we are looking for a self that doesn't exist. We are searching for a fixed identity in a reality that is fluid. We are trying to grasp at something that has no edge, no center, no permanence. And yet, paradoxically, when we stop trying to define ourselves, we begin to truly live. The Heart Sutra says, with no hindrance in the mind, there is no fear. This line is the echo of awakening. When you see through form, when you recognize emptiness, your mind opens like the sky. You are no longer a prisoner of your name, your role, your reputation. You are free to respond to life, not react. You are free to meet each moment, not as a victim, but as a participant in the great unfolding of the universe. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. This is not an idea to be believed. It is a reality to be seen. And once you see it, your world will never be the same. You'll laugh more, because you'll take things less seriously. You'll cry more, because you'll feel the depth of connection. You'll love more, because you'll know there's nothing to lose. This is the wisdom of the Heart Sutra. Not abstract, not removed from daily life, but rooted in every breath, every step, every encounter. So next time you find yourself anxious about your image, or stressed about outcomes, or consumed by fear, remember, none of it is as solid as it seems. And that's not bad news. That's your liberation. Thank you for watching this video. If this teaching opened a new perspective for you, I'd love to hear how it landed. Have you ever had a moment where you glimpsed the emptiness of a situation, and it brought peace? Share it in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so we can continue walking this path of awakening together. Until next time, may your insight deepen, may your burdens lighten, and may your heart remain spacious in all things.